Hey, what's going on, everybody? So I got a video request to do about psychedelics from a guy that is a good friend of mine. I met him while working at a printing company named Ink and Bros in San Clemente, California. This guy's a combat veteran. He's also a Marine, or a veteran now. Learned a lot about him. He's a good friend of mine, solid dude. So I thought I would do this video about one of my psychedelic experiences, what was taking place during what was happening in my life when this psychedelic experience happened, and how honestly it just changed my outlook on life. And it was with magic mushrooms or shrooms, or the chemical psilocybin. Took, it was like 3.5 grams, which I think, I could be wrong about this, but I believe it's an eighth. And just ate the mushrooms by themselves. Didn't put on a pizza or blend it up or anything. Just couple of the stems and caps is what it all weighed out to be, 3.5 grams. Took it on an empty stomach. I fasted the whole day. Took it about 15 minutes later. I started feeling really anxious. About another 15 minutes later, I started feeling it. I kind of just wanted to just go in my room type deal. Like, didn't want to talk, or just wanted to be left alone, because I kind of honestly felt like something bad was about to happen. I felt like I made a mistake to take that 3.5 grams of mushrooms, because in the past I've always just done like a gram, or like, just a step above microdosing mushrooms. And those ones I just like laughed and like, it's probably pretending to be high kind of type deal, like a placebo effect or whatever. But this time it was different. Now let me back up a little bit before I took these mushrooms. I just moved back to California from being in Michigan for the summer after I got out of the Marine Corps. After EAS and out of the Marine Corps, I went back to Michigan and lived with family and friends, and pretty much just, drank and partied, and, went back to doing my own ways, and that I was doing before I got in the military, which, was like drugs, alcohol, trying to sleep with as many women as possible, and just stupid, young, immature stuff that I think every guy that needs to go through that cycle to get out of their system. But so I drove all the way back to California to start my first semester at college. And in order to do so, I set up my GI Bill to have them pay for my housing, have them pay for everything. That's how the GI Bill works. Because I did start working at Ink and Bros at the time, but that was only like $12 an hour, I think. And all of that was going towards gas, California gas prices and food, and just other stupid shit that I probably didn't fucking accidentally hit the stop button. Bunch of other stuff that I don't really need. And so money was really tight. And so I start going to school. Everything's going good. Living basically on nothing. And then my transmission just blows up in the middle of the college parking lot. I started it started stalling, and then I tried to go in reverse. It wouldn't go in reverse. Put it back in drive. I'm hitting the gas pedal, and it literally was doing nothing but revving the engine. The RPMs were going up, but the miles per hour needle was not moving at all. So I call the tow service. They pick it up. They take it to the nearest transmission shop. They start looking at it. They believe it's this one part that blew up that they can replace. They bought the part, they replaced it. That part itself was like $1,700. It's an electronic control module for the 2008 Malibu is what I was driving at the time. Still driving right now in this car as I shoot this video. What else? And so 5 days later, they tell me that the part that they put in isn't really doing anything to help the car get back on the road. And since they already bought the part and they installed it, they still charged me for the labor. They still charged me for the part. And I talked the guy down to paying only $1,300 for that. And then took it to a different auto shop because they wanted to charge me another $4,000 to rebuild that transmission in my car. So I started calling other places again, and this is the first time that any of this shit has ever happened to me. This is my first car. I've never had car troubles, so I'm basically just doing everything on my own at this point. Didn't really ask for help or anything, just try to figure it out on my own. So I take it to this other auto shop, which was a way better scenario. Would have been way better if I would have went to this other auto shop in the beginning. Looking back, because they gave me a car to rent free of charge while they worked on my car, and instead of paying the $4,000 or little over $4,000 to rebuild the transmission, they made me pay $3,400 to rebuild that transmission. And this is all money that I saved up from my deployments in the military. So now I'm broke. I have this rental car. I got no money, literally borrowing money from fucking grandma, mom, friends, and literally everybody, and which I am extremely thankful for. So mom, grandma, Joey, Raphael, if you guys are watching this, thank you. But so that's the background of the story. Now then, I did the mushrooms. Here comes the mushroom part, the psychedelic part. Joey gets his hands on a bunch of mushrooms, and we split it half and half. It must have been, we really didn't have a scale, but we were judging that it was like 3.5 grams each that we did. We did it. 15 minutes later, started feeling anxious. He started feeling anxious. Another 15 minutes later, kind of just felt like, it felt like we were in the direction of having a panic attack, is basically what I could say. And then all of a sudden, this warm sensation of euphoria just brushes over me, and all my stresses, all of the worries, everything that was in my mind just got blocked with it blocked the bad chemicals in my head, and it increased the good chemicals. So there was like a serotonin buzz in there, like something to do with your serotonin was pumping. And it was one of the most beautiful experiences, most beautiful nights I've ever was able to experience, and so I'm looking around the walls. I see the walls are breathing and fucking changing shapes, and I felt lighter on my feet. I was smoking cigarettes at the time, so the cigarettes, they felt like little twigs. I could hear like the walls, the building, because we were in an apartment complex. I could hear them like shifting. It was really weird. It was like in a cartoon dreamlike state. It's the best way I can explain it. And it taught me that everything on this planet is connected in some sort of fashion. We're all connected. Like, I remember leaning against the wall in my apartment, and I had my arms brushed up against it, and I literally felt like I was one with the wall. This may sound crazy, But those of you that have experienced something like this know exactly what I'm talking about. And you go outside and you just walk outside, and it's one of the most peaceful, exciting things, like you were a kid again. You know, when you're a kid again and you went to go play like cops and robbers, or, you know, hide and seek with your friends, or, you know, you go to school for the day, and then as soon as that, like, you know, 3 o'clock comes around, and then 3:15 the bell rings, and you go out and you're all excited because you're not in school anymore, and you're outside and you play with your friends. It was that feeling this entire trip. So my friend Joey and I, we go outside and we literally walk and talk probably like 30 minutes till we got to the store. We bought an 18 pack of Bud Light, I believe it was. I could be wrong about that, but we bought some beer. Started walking back. We started drinking the beer on the way back, and we were literally running through sprinklers and shit. It was really good, man. It was a really fun time, and just it felt so fucking good because it was so easy to get pushed out of your comfort zone. Like, we literally could have. This was at probably like let's see here, maybe like 12. I would say 12 at night. We could have went anywhere and done anything at that point, you know, as far as like talking to people that we would feel like intimidating. Like, we could have talked to like any girl we wanted. It was just a great experience, and that experience told me to not worry about the you know, like the negative things, and more about the positive things, and focus on the things in life that actually matter. Starting to get like goosebumps talking about this story. It's very powerful stuff, and if you have never tried a psychedelic, I would take a low dose of mushrooms, because if you're not in the right mindset and you go to take a dose like I just took, that dose, it will control you. It will come and get you. It will take you to a place where you do not want to be at, because I've had bad trips, and that's another video that I'm going to do. It's bad trips. This was a peaceful, beautiful trip, but I think, yeah, man, I think that's it. I am all for psychedelics. Psychedelics is one of my favorite things. It's not something that you want to do every day. This is a quarterly, maybe even a yearly thing that you want to do whenever you're like, you feel like you're like down in a hole and you need to get out of something, or you're in an addiction, or maybe you just broke up with somebody. This medication it does something to your brain to like rejuvenate yourself, and to tell you that it's going to be okay, and there is something out there that's more powerful than yourself. And it's just, I don't know, it's one of those things, you just give it a try, man. Yeah, I hope this video helps. This is my own experience with this story that I told you. I don't promote drug use. I wish that nobody does harm to themselves from these substances. I'm not a doctor, so once again, don't do anything I say in these videos. I'm not promoting anything. I want everybody to just be just be yourself, man. You know, do whatever you want to do. And anybody who tells you that you can't do something, don't listen to those people. Stay the far away from those people as possible. All right. Hope this helps. Thanks a lot. If you like the content, please subscribe, comment, and see you soon. Thank you.